The first part of the first module is EC2 Introduction. So what are we going to look further in EC2? So what is EC2? It is one of the services which is provided by AWS. As in last module, we had seen the history of AWS. So how the cloud evolved. We saw that EC2 was launched and it was the footpath of the cloud where cloud got improved. So this is the one of the services that is provided by AWS to create your own on-demand scalable compute instance. So virtual machines are generally used to host the application in customer control environment like OS hardening. So why this EC2? Why we need EC2 and why a customer looks for an EC2? So let us take an example. Like there is a customer and he wants to install his SAP or DB. So he wants overall control of the OS. So it requires a server. So all these things are to be managed by him. He doesn't want to give all the management or monitoring or controlling to the provider, cloud provider. So as a customer, you want to install your application and you want to control that. So we go for EC2. All this, like we can say, we can take an example of a software development. We want a development platform where our software needs to get developed and then we need to handle that. Then we go for EC2. So it does not include a SaaS or PaaS. We go for IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. So EC2 is one of that kind of service that is provided where all the things will be managed by us. All whatever requirements are there, it will be provided by us. Like whatever compute we want, whatever memory, whatever storage, all these things will be on demand and scalable as per our own requirement. So we go for EC2. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. This is Amazon EC2. EC2 is a web service that provides us a secureable, also a resizable compute capacity in the cloud. It is designed to make the web scale cloud computing easier, like that is for the developers. So the web scale will be easy. The Amazon EC2 simple web service interface allows you to obtain and configure the capacity with minimal friction. So whatever interface it gives you the overall configuration capacity. It provides you a complete control of computing resources and lets you to run the Amazon's proven computing environment. So this is a very broad set and deepest compute platform, which is a choice of processor, storage, networking, operating system, and a purchase model. Like whatever we go for, whatever we use, it's our own demand. Like what we want to use. Let us take an example for US military. So it uses this infrastructure so as to confirms its own services, like the own infrastructure. It will be handling and managing its own infrastructure using the EC2 Amazon web service. So also talking about further about little about EC2, in what way it can be used and which are the various ways we like to see further. So that is development and test. As I said, there is a software developing company. It needs to test its environment. So the development environment and testing environment will be provided. Also, there are various applications in cloud which will be considered. Also, extended data center. So let's say there is a disaster recovery management which is on premisely done, then it will be very costly. If we say that we have one data center and then any disaster happens, like maybe it is naturally occurred or anything happens, then we lost our every information, every sensitive information, and we don't have anything in our hand. So a disaster recovery is there, so this will help. But if it is on premise, then it will cost, like things are needed, like all the things will be maintained, managed, and we have to pay for that. But we go for cloud. Then why EC2 comes in picture for that? We make this all data centers replica. The replication of this data centers will be very helpful. So in cloud, when we make this replica of data centers, it will be an extended data center. So this EC2 service, which is provided by AWS, it is beneficial and it is used in different ways. So also AWS, on other hand, is very grateful for EC2, as all the choices is of processor, storage, networking, operating system is of our choice. Whatever is our requirement, we go for that. We offer the fastest processors in cloud. So this EC2 services offers fastest processors in cloud. So this is how EC2 usually works. So next is VM planning, and why VM planning is important. What are the major things we look for planning? So these are the topics. These are the points that needs to be covered when VM planning is done. The purpose of VM. First of all, we need to know why a VM, why we need a VM and for what purpose. So basically, there are different types of purposes. There is a general purpose, optimized storage, then optimized memory, compute optimize. These are different purposes of VM. So if we are looking for a storage based VM, so if we want to install a database, then we will go for a storage optimized VM. That is very necessary. If we choose memory optimization instead of storage, it won't be beneficial. Like we are going to install a database, for that we need a disk IOPS. So what should be the fastest? It should be the disk. So we will go for storage optimization. Here what it will help is input and output processing will be very fast. So then we go for storage optimization. Anyhow, for like if we want to back up, then we'll go for network optimization. So any backup thing is there, we need to back up our servers, then it is all over done over the network. So we'll go for network optimization. Anyhow, we want more RAM. So there are different kinds of RAM. So what is the best way to provide a RAM is going for a memory optimization. And if we want the fastest processing, then we'll go for compute optimization. So these are all the purposes of VM. This is very important, first of all, to know what is your purpose and what you are taking this for. So this is first part, where you need to come to know what is, you need yourself to know what is the purpose of VM. Second is VM naming convention. So VM naming convention is a very necessary thing. You just can't let yourself like whatever your name is ABC, you just can't name it ABC. You just have to properly name the VM. So if there is a company, let's say HCL, and they want to work with Windows Server, so what they want to work under Windows is SQL. Then how we will conventionally name the VM is, first we'll give the name of the company, then what they are going to launch, that is Windows, and what they are working for, that is SQL. So HCL dash Windows dash SQL dash the machine name, which may be their first instance or second instance. So this is how the naming convention works. So what is VM region and location? So you should be very careful about region and location. You should know that in which region and location there are many users. So that VM region should be selected. Next is VM size as per the purpose. So as I said, there are different purposes, so there are different sizes too. So if we go for a general purpose, we get T1, T2, T3, nano, micro. So this is VM size as per the purpose. As you select your purpose, the size also will be selected according to that. So pricing model, according to the size selected, according to your VM purpose, the pricing model will be different. Next is VM storage. So as you know, there are different kinds of storage, SSD and normal disk. So if we go for SSD, it will be a fast processing. It will be a very like solid state drive. It will be a very secure storage too. So this is about VM storage. And what about OS for the VM? Now, if we want to require a OS, then what, there are different kinds of OSs for VM. So Windows, CentOS, then Ubuntu, and if as per our requirement, what we want to work, the OS should be selected. So after all this, there is a VM updating and patching to be done. So all this comes under VM planning. So it will be automatically updated and patched as per the requirement. So here we stop, and next we'll go to the next module.